This is one of those videos that may not even see light of day because it's just one of these dreadful Samsung. It could be an RU. I don't think it's a TU. It could be an NU. Let's have a look. But just judging by the style and the shape of it, excuse my head. I really need a haircut. Now I am getting a haircut tomorrow, but that's by the by. And there you can see the model. It is an RU, UE50R7100. 7100 would tell me that it's not edge lit, but it is edge lit. But there you go. Not everything is as you think. So, better plug it in first and see what it's doing. This may be one of those that I just walk away from pretty quickly. It was just dropped in my garden alongside 3 other TVs, would you believe? And I was out at the time, just left in the garden. Good job it didn't start raining. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to take the thingy off. I'm going to plug it in, see what it does. There we go, I've plugged it in. And we are switched on because you just can't see much. But I can tell you that it's not doing anything. I don't know if I even saw... Is there a red light there? No. Having a go with the thing here, and I'm not seeing anything. No light. I'll switch off and switch on again and see what happens. Just in case I missed the standby light flashing, but I didn't. This TV seems to be completely dead. And let's take the back off it and have a look. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. Couple of things, well, just one thing I need to mention. I'm getting a lot of comments about what happened to the to your workshop cat, Misty. Do you remember Misty? Who always used to be in here. She's fine. She's just not in here anymore. She's branched out a little bit. She's got a bit braver. And she comes into the house. So she's in the garden now. It's a lovely day, so have a look at Misty. And wherever the dog goes, Misty goes. This is King, who I've had for a year now. Can't believe a year has gone by. He's a 6-year-old Staffordshire Bull Terrier, Stoke Labrador. They call them Staffordors. And Misty is just completely besotted by him. So that's why she doesn't come in this workshop anymore. She's got a boyfriend. It is not like these TVs to be dead. And if it's a power supply issue, I would have thought I'd got hundreds of these from TVs with faulty screens, but you never know. And we're off. So let's have a look at this. What could we be looking at? There's the power supply. I've got a feeling I have repaired this TV before. I think this has had a new set of backlights once. I think. Just judging by the fact that the tape's dried up a little bit. So I'm going to do some I mean, there's the main board. It could be the main board. Again, we can test on these. I should be able to just unplug the main board from the power supply, and then we can see if the backlights come on. I see. It's excuse me. It's a very sunny day today, as you know. I just want to plug in. Just want to see if anything happens. If there's any amps being taken at all, and there's not. There's nothing. And again, there's no standby light. No standby light. It's going to be very hard to tell if the backlights come on, isn't it? But let's see. No. There's no backlights coming on there. There's nothing. Oh, blimey. You probably spotted that before me. I didn't see that. But something's gone pop down here, and it looks like it could be that blue capacitor there. I didn't notice. You can see it's all charcoal down there. Look, and I think that blue cap has gone. Whether it's taken anything else with it, I don't know. So I can try and do a repair on this, but you would have thought I'd got a few of these power supplies lying around. Let's try and repair it first. Yes, fuse has gone. It could be just a capacitor, and it could be just the fuse. Let's take the board out and have a look. Oh, I'm just about to check. There shouldn't be any voltage on this main cap. But I want to double check. But the fuse is gone, so there should be no voltage. But, you know, even though I don't talk about safety much on the channel, because I think common sense prevails if you're getting involved in anything like this. Cool. That took a bit of time. Yes. It's definitely that cap that's taken the hit on this. Now I have got to try and identify that cap. Hopefully the number is on the front. And not the side that's gone goodbye. So I'm going to have to gently pull that forward and see if I can get a reading from that. Otherwise I'm going to have to check for schematics. Well, on this particular occasion, the cap had exploded so much I just couldn't get a reading from it. I couldn't find a schematic for this online, but as I mentioned earlier, if I go to my little workshop, I'm bound to have boards like this, because this was a sort of TV that I was turning down, or people were bringing into repair a couple of years ago, and it just wasn't worth doing because, of course, there's a problem with the way the edgelets burn up the prism sheet. Anyway, so I should have power supplies for this. So I popped down to my little lockup, which is just a pleasant walk down the road, and the first power board I find, it's almost like a sign. It's a sign from the TV gods. It's not the exact same one, but it's going to help me out. Well, sometimes you're entitled to get a little bit lucky, sometimes, but the board on the right is not identical to the board on the left, because the board on the left is the one I need to repair, as you can see, because it's got the damage. The board on the right is from the same series, but the board on the right is for a 55-inch, so it's not identical, it's similar, but of course the bit that is identical is the hot side, as you can see there. and there will be the blue capacitor that I need, and I can also take the fuse out, and I'm thinking that's the only two things that have gone, but we will soon find out. But all being well, that should bring this TV back to life again. That would be good. So we want, I was going to say that, but it's not that, it's that one. I still can't work out the value on this. The writing is so small, but we will see in a second when I take it out. So let's take this out. There we go. And I still can't see what that is. Okay, it's a 221 2 kV. So I wonder what the one next to it was. The same, 221 2 kV. Anyway, yes, I am going to take the fuse out of this. It's exactly the same fuse, and this board I've used before for spare parts, so it's just begging to be used for spare parts. It is, it's just begging to be used. Fuse in, kind of. New capacitor in. Stick the board back in the TV and see what happens. Easier to lock in than lock out. Now, this is the bit that I'm dreading. Why am I dreading it? Well, because of, you know, the time I've worked on this TV, which probably is an hour, but the TV has been here for a couple of weeks. I've just been putting it off because I thought it was a backlight job. So there's a lesson. But anyway, and the fact that they left the TV outside, I think they delivered on the back of an open truck. I've got no idea what condition the screen is in. Now, some electronics guys, and this is a great thing for a discussion, they will say my job is to repair the no power. If you've damaged it on the way here, not my fault. You still have to pay for the work that I've done. it's not my fault that you didn't transport it correctly. There's a lot of truth in that, but it's very hard to say to them, well, you know, I've got to charge you. I mean, they're not going to get charged a fortune, but anyway, we don't know yet, do we? Let's just see what happens when we switch it on. It's just one of those televisions that doesn't look like it's been looked after. And I mean that with as much respect as I possibly can. Anyway, it might go bang yet, we don't know. Let's switch it on. Okay. Oh, I can see a standby light at the bottom. So I'm still left. My God, they are lucky. My God, they are lucky. I suppose I am to a certain extent, because I thought I'd worked on that one for nothing. I did. Sometimes that's what happens. But anyway, not on this occasion. So I guess this is kind of a bonus fix, because I never expected to fix it, because all along I thought it was going to be a backlight issue. But then again, I did replace the backlights on these 2 or 3 years ago, the edge lit strips, and they still look good, as you can see from the picture quality. I can't remember ever doing a power supply on one of these, so maybe the next time somebody rings in and says it's a UE50RU or that kind of series, I won't turn my nose up at it, because it's quite an easy fix. Managed to get it done. Anyway, it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from the dog. Goodbye.